2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Certainly not least, the sevens with Coach Hoffman and Coach George. Offensive skill development and shooting. Coach, raise your hand. Sevens right here to Coach Moore.
Hell, sit down. Whatever you need. Hi, Barb.
Ladies, have a great time. Mark, keep the players split up evenly amongst the seven groups. They can just stay with their group on rotation. Put Ray with his mom. Try to put the tools with his mom.
Okay, first technique in boxing out. You guys can come a little closer so everybody can hear me. First technique is really simple. Right there. I don't want anybody to hurt. The first technique is simple. And what a lot of people don't understand, in boxing out, you have to be very coordinated. Because at some point, there might be some dancing involved. You just never know what could happen, right? So, the round's going to take the ball. My job is to stay in between the rim, and my guy on guarding, or defensive rebound, and then the big ball. So if you guys, once you go through most of this, all those lines on the court, it's not like the romper room. It really means something. So Jamal will explain that to you later, and you'll understand where I'm coming from with this. So if the ball's going up, the one's going to shoot. Dan doesn't have the ball. I'm not guarding him. I'm in help defense guarding area, which Jamal will explain to you later. But the biggest key is for me to find Nana, know where the ball's coming off at, make sure I stay between Nana and the rim.
I want to talk to you about something we do with our guys every summer. It's called the gun show. You can see these two machines we have set up on the hoops. That is the gun. The gun show is we'll walk down here and explain it to you. Now let's say that Mike Patula picked the top of the key. The next step is how long do you want in between passes? Our guys normally go 2 to 3 seconds. I think Mike would say. And what does that mean? Pretty simple. Ball kicks out for the first pass. You have a 2-second delay before the next one's coming. So I literally got to catch and shoot, and then the next ball's going to be coming. I'm catching and shooting. We'll show you how it works here in a second. Then the third place is the 999. That's how many shots you're going to attempt on the gun before it shuts off. So let's say a guy wanted to shoot 985. He would pick 985. He would hit start, and the machine takes off. The unique thing about the machine, like I told you, it keeps track of makes, also keeps track of misses, because this little handy dandy thing here, it's got a sensor in it, so anytime a ball is shot, it tells you it's shot, and it went in, and it reports on that court. Got a lot of energy there. That's how it works. You guys,
so the shot's going to go up, right? Go up slow, nice and slow. Good. Shot's up. Okay, now stop. Ball goes right here. Ball comes off to the right of the rim. So my job is to make sure I get down with my forearm, shoulder, or hips, and make sure I get right to the center of his body so I can know where his feel where his center of gravity is going, okay? Now, the ball came off to the right of the rim. But the ball could have came off to the left of the rim as well, right? So here's what has to happen. Ball comes off to the right of the rim. We got to go to our left. I got to make sure Nana's trying to go get that ball. I stand right behind Nana to the left, right? Ball might come off to the right. Take it that side of the line. Stay between Nana. Got to come off to the right, all right? To the left. To the right. To the left. To the right. Back it up. Back it up, Nana. Ball is like, so if you guys ever watch, like, what's the man doing? So that's really key. So the biggest thing is you have to be careful because you don't want to foul. So if you see a guy coming out, really loud like you do to the referee, I want to hear that. Okay? If not, if that's Nana doing that, you don't say you said Nana. Hustle. All right. So 1, 2, 3, Nana. Hustle. Shot goes up. A lot of coaches would tell guys to front box out. We don't do that because you can't see the basketball. Alright? Here's another thing that happens. The ball gets here. Short box out. They understand why here's the elbow. What do I mean by front box out? Where coach says the ball goes up, he doesn't care if you see the ball or not. Run, hit your guy, make sure he doesn't get it, make sure someone else can get the ball. I can't see the basketball. I don't know what's going on behind it. Another reason why I don't like the front box out is because guys start get your hands out, and guys are fighting, and they end up hooked up, and they're dancing again. And they're dancing again. We don't want dancing, we want basketball, right? So that's the deal with that. So, yeah, Wisconsin. So you guys see, well, here's what Wisconsin does. The refs don't even call it so many times. The first thing they do is like, they hit you hard. Right now, they hit them really hard in the chest, they bump them. But Nana's one of the tough guys. He should fall down, right? Like if Nana was doing that to me, and like I try to go in, he hit me, I'm gonna fall down. I don't gotta act like that. All right, so those are techniques for boxing out.
Did you learn anything about these coaches that you didn't already know from the last couple of years?
Well, I think when I see them a lot, they're always in a game and they're serious. And they were all just so lighthearted tonight.
Yeah. It's really eye-opening, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, and I told John that I thought we need more of this kind of stuff publicized because and he was like, well, the players all know that we're funny and we're good coaches, and I said, yeah, the recruits don't, you know. Would you think that this is the kind of thing that somebody would want to participate in? I mean, it seems obvious.
All my friends that are here, their husbands would love it. That's what they say.
Okay.
Their husbands all want it.
What do you?
We learned a lot. Yeah, we learned a lot. I mean, to me, it was just kind of a follow-up of what I felt on Michael's recruiting visit. That they are stellar people. Like they're all, everyone in the.
You're all Michael's here. You recognize that she's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's funny. Everyone in the program is just. Yeah, it is truly like a family, and they care. They all seem passionate in their own respective, niches in the program.
Oh, the other thing we were talking about that we got out of it was that it's so much more understandable to us now why a freshman, there's so much. When you looked at the list of how many different plays there are, all they have to know about every scouting report, and all that's in addition to going to class, getting all their work done for class. It was
I'm exhausted listening to
see everything they had to know. These kids are brilliant.
Mary Ann's Diner, home of the world-famous Diner Stack, now has a third location next to Cranard Center in Urbana. The same fast, friendly service, the same free Wi-Fi, and the same great food, all right in the middle of campus town. Now, no matter where you are, there's a Mary Ann's nearby, anytime, day or night. Mary Ann's Diner, down-home cooking with small-town prices.
To mental, to dental, to vision, we're here to either take care of it or expedite it as best we can. I actually had a guy who's going to need his wisdom teeth taken out, and so it's how do we schedule that? We're knowing that the practice is going to start, the season's going to start, when's the best timing for this? Working with Mark Morris, who was just in here a little bit, about what is the best time for this guy to have that done. So I'm all over a little bit here and there. The other thing that we do is we try to make sure that our athletes have the best care that they can have.
So let's get a line here. Okay, a line here, and a line as far away from the belly as possible. Out there standing like, what does that mean? Why are they pulling out with their hands and you see them go like, why are they doing that?
I don't know.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get straight to the demonstrate what I close out. This. I close out our favorite drill. I have it come out. We've got some shoes. I want to try and demonstrate. He's got to throw the ball up in the air, and then he's got to run about 2/3 of the way, and he's got to break down with his hands high. What you got to do is get your hips low, hands high. Come back. Now you can go all the way back.
What's up, Rob? Hi, John.
Doing all right?
Great. Thanks for asking.
Go ahead.
Having a good time?
Great time.
Like raising money and working with the coaches
So
and the women.
obviously it's a big time cause, and you know, my wife and Julie Paletti, our office administrator, spent a lot of time putting it together. I love the concept. Football does something similar and does a great job with it. So it's just another way that we can, you know, kind of step outside that box a little bit with some perspective with all the craziness we have going, whether it's, you know, recruiting or the season or games, or and really think about trying to impact the community a little bit, and starting to fight, you know, continuing to fight, you know, that nasty, dreadful disease. You know, cancer is you know, affected all of us at some point in time. We all know a friend or family member or someone that we're aware of that's had to fight against the disease. So we're hoping that tonight, you know, it's just a small way that we can give back a little bit and continue that fight.
Have you done anything like this in previous stops?
No. Again, football deserves a lot of credit because they came up with the idea first, and we kind of piggybacked off of that. And we thought it would be something that would be worthwhile, that people would be interested in. And, you know, obviously by tonight's turnout for the first inaugural event, I think you see that there's some real interest.
How many do you have? Do you know how many people?
Right at 100.
100?
Yeah. So we're happy, and hopefully we can continue to build it a little bit. We plan on this being kind of an annual event.
Enjoy the customary cocktail.
Hey, Malcolm.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? You know what? It's not what I wanted, but you look great. All that matters. One of the basic tenets of our program here is the ability to bend, the ability to change levels. That's important. Austin's going to take over from here. So, if you're a freshman basketball player, you just walked in the door, it's your first lifting session. I need to see how well you can do a very simple body weight squat. Okay? What does a body weight squat look like? I like to put my hands here. If you want to put them up here, some people do that. Open up front if you want. We're just going to, first thing we want to do, we want to shoot our butt straight back. Okay? That puts our weight onto our heels. Push our butt back. We're going to get into a great squat position. We're going to stand up nice and slow. When you do that, you want to keep your head up, keep your torso up, keep your feet flat. The three players that are in here are going to walk around and help me check technique. Thanks, Maverick. We're going to do 10 repetitions. Take your time. Look at yourself in the mirror. Put your feet where you want in terms of being comfortable when you do it. 10 reps. Go ahead.
No.
Wow. Yeah. They would learn a lot too.
Yeah.
Maybe it would help everybody have a better understanding of everything that goes into it, and why the game is so fast for a freshman. They talk about that all the time. I think today I got a better understanding of why it might feel. There's so many other things, but just the game itself would feel fast. All the different skills they have to learn that become like breathing by the time they're seniors. They're not
you
even
see
thinking
Nana,
about
and he's just seamlessly goes through everything, you know.
Did you feel bad for Nana when he talked about his day and like looking at his bed and then realizing he can't get in it?
Yeah, I was thinking about my son going, oh my gosh, he likes his downtime. Well, it's gone.
Highlight so far. I know it's about a couple hours in right now.
Well, we've covered, you know, we're going to give them a little taste of everything, you know, whether it's recruiting or rebounding or offense or defense. We've got nutritionists involved, or strength and conditioning coach, or director of sports medicine, just kind of giving them an idea of what it's like to live within the daily life of an Illinois basketball player.
University of Florida for 2 years, and then came up here and started working with these guys. When they hired me, I was the only person here, so it was figuring out, you know, what are we going to do with 19 sports teams and one person. I came from a huge program and a lot of resources, and it's been really cool to figure out what does the University of Illinois need and how do we make this happen kind of from the ground up. So I now, like Coach mentioned, have 2 staff members underneath me who are going to handle a couple of the teams, but I just work with every team as much as they want me to as a team, and then I work with every athlete as much as that individual athlete is interested in. So my whole job is to be an educator, just like any dietitian would be. Even though I'm a sports dietitian, it doesn't change what my goal is. There is a huge difference between nutrition and sports nutrition, but at the same time, it's all just nutrition. The basic metabolism of what's happening in the body is also very similar. So it's my job to help educate all of our kids on what does their body need to be fueled for every practice and then recovered in between every training session. Recovery plays a really big role in immune system, plays a really big role in injury prevention, and just in the process of being able to adapt to everything that's being stimulated in training. So everything they're trying to do in training, you have to give the body calories in order to build those new muscle cells and to repair.
Chelsea, did you learn anything from the diet that surprised you?
That's fantastic.
Michael and I had actually met with her in the spring of Michael's senior year to just get a heads up on all that, and I was amazed then, and it was amazing again. Yeah. You can't possibly grasp. I mean, I can see why it takes 4 years. I mean, what a gift to have that knowledge. And incredible.
Now that they can have more food, that's even better. He doesn't spend all my money.
And it's good food. I mean, Michael said one day, oh my gosh, I've had plate after plate after plate of salmon. I can't tell you. For dinner, Mom. Like, he went back and back and back. I'm like, wow.
That's awesome.
And he said, and it was good.
Good food.
Good salmon.
Yeah.
Prepared well. So
slow your momentum down by chopping or squeaking your feet. If you don't, a lot of times what happens is what I call pop through. Guys, people slow down momentum, they have to pop their feet. They go here, they go out, squeeze, and then they go. And then now they don't allow me, if Alex decides to go right, my feet are going, and I can't slide as well. Okay? By slowing down and chopping my feet, it allows me to move my momentum quicker from right to left. Okay? Why do we close out with high hands? 2 reasons, or 3. 1, we want to try to take or discourage the rhythm jump shot. A rhythm jump shot is when the ball is passed to the guy and he can go step into it 1-2 and shoot it in rhythm. Because what a lot of rhythm guys who got rhythm, who are good shooters, like rhythm. Okay, so we want to discourage the rhythm shot. We want to discourage that. Second reason is Tracy comes with high hands because his hands are high. Like having his hands high allows him to contest the shot quicker. If his hands are down, put your hands down. Now you got open. Now he's got nothing to look at but the rim. Gives him a good look at the rim. By having his hands high, he allows him to look and then contest the shot. The studies show that people who usually shoot a high percentage usually do it on uncontested shots rather than contested shots by as high as 20%. So for example, if Alex was a high 40% three-point shooter and you close out and you contest shots hard, you're minimizing his percentage by almost 20%. So instead of like 40% three-point shooter, you made him now a high 20s guy or 22, 23. That's not to say because he closes out he's not going to make that shot, but it reduces his percentage because you're minimizing his perception and you're taking away his rhythm.
Jamal Walker is, I always thought, one of the best on this staff at explaining things. I learned a lot about the other coaches today, but is it possible that Jamal Walker is the best at explaining things on this staff? Did you get...
He did surprise me because in my experience of them, he's the most quiet. But that I know from experience and just dealing with people in all realms of life, that doesn't necessarily equate to really anything.
Yeah.
So that was fun for me to watch him teach. Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
Watching Paul take the angle was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the top of these. You're going to see how your sheet works. And if anybody wants to try it, hopefully get a second try. Ready, Mike? Yeah. No pressure here. Up the top, it's coming up 2 seconds in between. Then it's done. Let's say Michael's done after the shot right there. The machine will shut off. So that's what we're doing here. So what I want to do is get some people to come out and show me a little, give them a feel on what a closeout feels like. So everybody said, everybody took this step back. Oh, I didn't know we wanted to 16 and 05. I had no idea. Anybody?
You're not going to block his vision. We're all too short.
That's all right. Have you seen the Monstars?
Well, yeah, okay, all right.
Okay.
So there are short basketball
I guess that means you're going out.
Nobody. There we go.
I think you shoved her out there, did you?
I did.
I'm glad she was going to talk about me.
There you go. Okay. You're going to go about 2 thirds. Yep. Perfect. I didn't throw the ball yet. I didn't throw the ball. Ball back. Ball back. Yes. Now throw the ball. Go. Ready? Go. Let's see how hard it is. Okay, here we go.
Keep those hips down.
Yeah! Have you talked ever with Coach Henson about fighting cancer?
Not specifically.
He's one of the guys that beat it.
Yeah, I know. And we've got a few tonight here that have beat it. So not specifically about it, but I knew he was one that was a survivor. So but that's just how Coach Henson is. He's a fighter. Being around him, you pick up on very quickly 2 things, I think. 1, how passionate he is about Illinois, and 2, that he's a fighter. So it's not something that we've necessarily talked about directly, but I was aware of.
You got 3 people here among the group that are special highlight participants: Kathy Latulip, Laura Finke, Rhonda Rice.
Yeah, 3 parents participating. Obviously Laura and Rhonda being from here in Champaign, Kathy coming over from Bloomington. So it's great to have them. We have great parents, great kids, and we're pleased that they came over and decided to participate in the event.
Tell me about the Ryan Peden in the scouting report. What did you learn about the scouting report?
I can do that. That was
Yeah, what did you learn?
I'll start with me. I'll go. Ryan Peden did a fantastic job because he covers so many things that I did not realize went into a scouting report, including the breakdown of all the players and what they had to know about the strengths and weaknesses of the opposing team. Then they showed film, usually with the Illini players, because they felt like that was more advantageous to the players to actually watch film more, that they got more out of that, and to see themselves actual Illini playing, that would be something that they would get more out of. They would have more of an emotional attachment to it. So it was really good.
I would say, just to follow up, the one thing that I really enjoyed from that was hearing the mental side of that. They're aware of what the kids have to learn visually. They take it in better than. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that was good.
Part of their learning. Yeah.
I need 3 people. We're just going to walk through and I'm going to explain the defense a little bit using the pack line. Give me 3 people. Anybody? Come on. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. You go over there. You got it. Yes. That's the best guy. All right here. Okay. Remember I talked about the pack line. That little line right here. Remember, we guard the ball. The person who's guarding the ball is going to be outside the pack line. Everybody else has to have their foot on or inside the pack line, with our inside foot pointing to the ball. Here, the purpose of positioning is, can I help my foot to ball, guys guard the ball, and yet get back to my guy guarding by the ball being there, by being there before he gets the ball off on a shot. I don't want to be too close. I want to give a little bit of a ball pass. Right there, you'll close out. You'll close out from there to there. So you see as the ball is moving in the game, we're constantly closing out. So, guard the ball, we're going to guard the gap. Okay, this position is called the gap. Remember, your position, you got 1 foot, the ball slips inside the ball, perfect. And you got to have 1 foot in or on the pack line. Now you look. Notice 2 of these people are giving gap support. you notice that it makes the floor shrink up, or keep it, what we call keep it tight. Go out and go tight and go out. Now you look and see how much space he has difference to drive the basketball. A lot more. He's got more space. And remember, we're trying to take away rhythm shots. So if this defense is out there like tonight, obviously out the help, he's got to run in. And now by running in, he goes down here, he's going to get a rhythm shot. So that's why every time the ball is passed, we sprint to the gap until the gap to the help. Okay? So now what we're going to do, when the ball is passed here, say, what is this person here? He's the help defender. You're going to go over here, you're going to watch the right line, and anytime you're in the gap or you're in help, you always see the ball and you always see your man. So you got to see the ball and the man. Great job.
Thank you.
This is unrelated to this, but I know you've said you recruit 365 days a year, and Illini fans love it in the off season. What you guys are doing, I know you can't speak on specific recruits, and I'm not asking you to do that. But what's the buzz that you're feeling around the program during the off season in recruiting right now?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's kind of been a steady buzz, and we've continued, I think, to move the needle in that area. You know, really, it's the first recruiting class that we had a chance to recruit from scratch. You know, the other two in 13 and 14 were a little bit behind just because of the nature of getting the job on March 29, 2012. So our guys work really hard. Our staff does a great job. You know, our consistent ability to be involved with really talented people and players. I mean, it's kind of been that way every year. And we want to be a program that continues to put back-to-back-to-back recruiting classes together. You know, obviously, the more talented people and players you have, the better your program is. We're fully aware that, that's an important area, and we work real hard at it. I've got a great staff. Our assistant coaches do a great job.
Do you wish that you could say something more about it, at least to correct some of the misperceptions that are on the internet about, specific recruits or the process or anything?
Yeah, I don't read that stuff, so it's hard for me to gauge it. I try to stay away from it, control what I can control. I know what's going on with our recruiting, Rob, because I live it. I'm inside that bubble every day. So for me to waste time with other distractions, I realize, as Matt said there, it's a sport within a sport, and I'm glad people have a good time with it, and I know they like to speculate and do all those different things, but, for me, I'm going to control what I can control, and, we're going to continue. As he said, we recruit 365 days a year, and I want to make sure we have talented people and talented players in our program.
Rhonda, yeah, come on, Rhonda! Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Get on in. We're talking about what we learned from these coaches, and we've already covered how Ryan Peden's scouting report was great, and that Paris is the funniest of the guys. But you actually played college ball.
Oh, I didn't know that, Rhonda.
Yeah, I played at Parkland.
What did this remind you of your play? Is this just way more advanced than what they had?
No, it's all about the same. It's different coaches, different skills you learn from each coach. So it just felt like a camp. It felt like a training camp.
Yeah, I was thinking. I mean, Kathy agrees with me that we could get a lot of people in here. Laura agrees with me that we could get a lot of people in here. I think it's Jenny Thomas's responsibility to get
Boss on you, Jenny.
a lot of people in here, because to get 100 women is pretty good, and let's not assume that women aren't interested in basketball, but how much do you think you could get men to pay for a 3-hour session like this? I just want to ask one more follow-up about Rhonda and Laura and Kathy. I know Kathy's a runner. Rhonda obviously was a high school or a college basketball player.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Laura's specific sport, but she's obviously a spirited mom. So who was the most competitive mom?
We don't know yet, Rob. It's still early in the event. It's a great question, though. So we're going to find out. We've got a lot of the ladies participating right now in different things, shooting, rebounding. So the jury's still out on that one.
Okay.
But I will tell you that all three of them are definitely very, very passionate from taking the time to get to know all three of them. So I'm sure energy will not be much of a differentiator for any of the three. That's going to be a dead even heat.
Yeah.
So we'll see how their skills stack up here at the end of the night.
Well, who's the best of the moms?
My mom.
I don't think so.
No.
She doesn't really have the height
Or the skill. I love her.
Now, offensive rebounding is huge for us. This is where LeBron's going to come in and help us a lot. This is why Nana doesn't foul as much as he used to, because we use three techniques. The first technique is the wedge. And the wedge is LeBron's going to box Nana out. Get behind him. Yeah, you can do it again. So Nana's going to get a rebound. Ball's coming off. LeBron's going to beat him to the spot. LeBron hits him first, right? That's fine, Nana. Nana's aggressive. Listen. So what Nana wants to do then is wedge LeBron under the rim with his hips and his feet, just like that. Because LeBron's giving up all his power because he's going backwards, right? So Nana wants to hit him first and wedge him under the rim. Now, and he missed this one. He doesn't know this is big. So ball comes off. Wrong way. Give me another ball. Ball doesn't work. Ball comes off. Who's got the ball advantage? Nana. Which ball is LeBron going to get? Standing right there, only the one that comes to the net. Now, this technique is huge, and it came from Dennis Rodman. You guys all watch Dennis Rodman play? Now, there was it. I love it. Close your eyes for 2 seconds. You're not in Tubman, you're not in Champaign, you're in Chicago at the United Center. We're watching Dennis Rodman. I'm Dennis Rodman. I'm Dennis Rodman. Dennis is walking around. The wedge, he wedges his big. Dennis wasn't even a big guy. You know, he was so active. He wedges this guy in, right? And what he did was wedge, get the guy, and he would tip it to himself. Like, think about Dennis. He'd tip it out. He'd be right here. He'd never lay up. He'd just go. He goes and gets ready. And I get it.
Great job. We'll do many different variations of that. We'll go with dumbbells. We have some machines back here that can approximate a squat. We'll put a bar, one of these 7-foot barbells on our guys' backs, and they'll do it with weights. Okay. Our best squatter is the son of the one and only. Ray Rice can put 4. You can see the blue plates. He can put 4 blues and one of the thin black ones on this, or 4 blues and a black on each side. 430 pounds, and he can do it 6 times. Okay, so he's the best guy we have. That's all the last room. Austin Coley's coming for his record. So that's a double leg movement. We don't go bounding down the court on 2 feet like this. Okay, our legs have to be able to work cyclically and independently of one another. So another thing we'll do is a lunge. The first thing we do in our lunge series is the bodyweight lunge. We just ask our guys to take one big step forward and show great posture through the core and the torso. So we go here, 90 degrees at the knee, foot is flat, head is up, chest is up. Don't touch your back kneecap, okay? We never, ever, ever do this. I told the past 2 groups I've seen 3 kneecaps in 15 years split longitudinally and go over the legs, so they're being idiots. So we don't do that here. If everyone would try 5 bodyweight lunges each leg. Let me tell you this before you get started. It's not uncommon at all for a freshman to walk in the door and they can only squat to here, and then their heels come up and they fall forward, or they come here in a lunge and they're falling over. So don't be too hard on yourselves if you're having a tough time with it. Okay, try 5, please. We always progress in the weighted lunge. Always the end goal. you're just providing to be okay. So, we'll get 250 pounds. That's a lot. So, rodeo clowns.
Yeah, I hear you.
What is she? Hell, there you go. What is she doing wrong right here? What does she need to see? Ball and what?
Her man.
And her man. There you go. So what we do is this. We post this chart in our mailroom every Monday morning. And we do it weekly. Obviously, this is the composite for the entire summer that shows each guy made 13,000 with the exception of Kendrick, because Kendrick had some knee issues and we didn't want him to push it from that perspective. So Ken was the only guy that didn't make it, but that was obviously for a reason. We wanted to take care of his body. But every other guy on the team made 13,000.
Video, isn't it?
It is. This is the best thing that I've ever covered. You know, I told John, like, you gotta allow more access because these guys are really good. Jamal is excellent at explaining. He's really good. Harris is hilarious. People don't know that.
Okay, great job. That's a single leg movement that we do. Again, we'll vary that by adding weight with dumbbells and a barbell. That's 2 lower body things we do. This is a full body sport, so we have to train the upper body as well. Sarah volunteered to help me with the first one. Thank you very much. Come here, patient teammates here, please. This is an overhead sport. You have to be able to control your arms overhead, control them here, control them here, control them here, and that all starts with a strong shoulder. Okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to work on the side of our shoulders here, medial belt. Okay? I'm just going to put my hands right here. Okay, she's going to raise her arm. I got one of her shingles last week. Go for it, raise them up, and do a little bit of resistance. We're going to stop and we're parallel with the ground. We won't go above. Okay? I'm going to give resistance on the way down. She's going to push up and get on the end. Yes, great. Okay? She'll push up. Let's do 5 reps per woman. Okay, we're going to need a partner, preferably somebody you don't like. Okay? 5 reps per woman. Okay? We're raising up. Okay? The lady standing behind, her hand position never changes. You stay on top of that wrist the entire time. You're going to work the side of that shoulder. We did this exact movement today. Go for it.
Seriously.
I think the hardest thing about being a student athlete isn't even necessarily that they don't have blocks of time to get the work done. It's that they are physically so tired.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. So I think they're all stars. Honestly, you guys should be so proud.
Last thing is another technique to use is torpedo. You guys remember last year I had a chance to coach John Eaton at another school for a transfer here. We called it torpedo. John would run in and smack balls out to keep them alive. And basically what that is you don't get boxed out. By any means, Nana, you cannot let LeBron hit you. Okay? So shot goes up, LeBron's coming from help side, and Nana's job is to make sure he doesn't get hit. Shot goes up, I miss, uses the swim move, uses like let your kids go out and play in the park. Let them go play. They can learn to shake and bake and do that kind of stuff. He doesn't get hit, and he gets in for the rebound. Any questions?
What's the torpedo, though?
That's the torpedo.
Okay.
So basically, he's running in. He's coming from a distance to get you. And all you want to do is go as fast as you can. It's probably harder to hit than put your butt on a moving target. You know what I mean?
Right.
Try it at home. Get your husband, have him. Just get in the car and then like just try to bag up on it and see if you can hit it. If he runs you over, just call me. All right, any other questions? All right, we're going to bring it in. This station's going to the locker room with Chuck.
Okay.
Go Illini on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Illini!